I'm not a technology guy. I never have been. Like all this AI stuff terrifies me, and there's people that their jobs are obviously to come up with technology, and they don't really think about whether or not it is actually going to improve things, have a negative effect. It's just about they want to do it because to say they've done it because that's their skill set. They just want to push things as far as they can. And
well articulated.
So a few things that I don't, I just don't think we need. And it's amazing that they've done this and it's pretty cool, but I reckon it's more of a pain in the ass than anything.
100%.
Yeah, there's
not necessarily the pain in the ass, but making things that aren't needed. But keep going.
Just not needed. And you're like, you know what? It's sort of cool, but it's I liked it before. And and the big one, and you see this at if you go to shopping centre, big shopping centre, if you go to the airport, if you go to a fancy restaurant, you go to the toilet, you go and wash your hands, and the new sort of setups they have
where they're hidden.
Where they're hidden. And it's a... And first of all, it'll take you a minute to find the sensor, and you're like, and you go, and it's like,
how long can I hold this turd in my hand?
And then because first you've got to find the soap, and it's just like, and then there's fucking like a teardrop will come down, and it's like the sensor's moving because you go back to the same spot.
That's the hard bit. Then you reset it as if this is a new person coming in.
And then and they're all different. Like they're no two are the same. They're all built,
consistency.
There's no consistency. And then you move over to the water, and it's like you've put your hand under a horse's dick midstream. It's just like, and it's blasting. And there's actually nowhere to sort of to wash your, to lather your hands.
Your analogy of the horse piss made me think that you've put your hand in front of horse piss before.
Before you lather, it's like wash the soap off.
Yeah.
It's like a horse piss.
Yeah.
So then you lather and you're like, well, now I need more soap because that just got rid of it. Yeah.
Back to the soap. Yeah. And then the whole, and then you've got the air thing, which is, it's just a...
So I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, but that like the Dyson-y jet one, the one that you put your hands at the bottom and it goes, and makes that loud noise, like incredibly loud noise, that has been now deemed as like not a good thing to have in those toilets because the air pressure is so intense, it's pushing poo particles all around that fucking room. And it's making it like less hygienic because of how much air's flowing around there and you're breathing in other people's poo. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Well, and then we can get back to the
So is the point of these ones not touching something? Is that the whole point?
Yeah.
That's the hygiene
That's been
factor.
the thinking, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's... I don't think it's worth it.
No.
So, and this is another thing. We'll get back onto the washing your hands later. Back to drying your hands.
Yeah.
My Apple Watch, one of its main features, every time I dry my hand, it goes beep, 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 and lets me know that I'm in an area that's too noisy.
From the Dyson thing.
And it's like, just be careful. You're in an area that's too noisy. I'm like, well, I've got ears that have sort of got me this far in life that like that's a technology that just isn't needed. They're basically saying you've got to leave the area because it's bad for you.
How loud is that fucking beep for you to...
And there's just so many of them now. Like a lot of those automatic doors, like I'd rather push a door than the bloody
the sensor.
It's
the ones at Coles at the moment when you're in the self-serve part. There's the little... They're like miniature automatic doors, but it's a gate.
Oh, yeah.
And you get there, and I reckon each time I've got to like do 3 goes. It's like I'm standing there doing a pelvic thrust,
like
trying to fuck this gate open.
Yeah.
Well, those... Also, the revolving doors in buildings, often in the city.
Oh, yeah.
It's... If you don't know them well... Or you get them wrong. Because once you walk in there, right...
They speed up. Is that the one?
Well, they speed up, but also... The new fancy ones have sensors that are right in front of the glass that you're walking in front of. So if you get too close, it'll set the sensor off, and it's obviously trying to stop people from getting caught in there or hitting the glass in front or behind. But what happens is, if you get too close, if you put your foot in front and hit the glass, it'll stop there. And then you end up headbutting the window because you keep walking and it's stopped. And then you get stuck in there like you're in some kind of shit zoo enclosure.
Yeah.
People looking at you as you're trying to get out. And
Those revolving doors in city office, they've got that, and even the ones that do just slightly speed up as you get in. You got to like launch out.
Yeah. But
It's
maybe
like something on. What's that fucking show with the obstacle courses?
Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, it's like that shit.
But if you're that dumb that you're getting jammed in one of those, maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe life's not for you. Maybe it's a natural. How many people are we losing getting jammed in those that we have to reinvent? Because you got you sliding doors. You got to do like an interpretive dance in front of them. Something when they're not working, you're and then half the time they're bloody. You push them anyway. You're like, fuck me. It's there's heaps of things that when you're driving along. The rain automatically setting off the windscreen wipers. It's just completely
right. It's a show off thing.
It's a show off,
and I think it's the same with like the iPhone and that, where they need to put in new things, so there's a reason for us to buy the newer version. Like that's an added car accessory. It's got this automatic. It's not needed, but we need to show something that's new.
But often most. Like 80% of those little inventions in cars are for when your mate first hops in and goes, and you can go, check this out.
Yeah.
and then you never use it again.
Yeah.
But that's where I reckon, and you're saying, we're wasting the things that aren't needed, but we're wasting brain power on making these extra things for the car, for iPhones that aren't fucking needed. And I'm like when I first used, or someone showed me Shazam, the app that picks out music.
Yeah.
When they first did that, I was like, show me the trick behind that. And I'm like, is that real? That's the closest thing to fucking magic I've seen.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
But I'm like, that one, we don't need it, but it's there. But like, okay, all the fuckers who invented Shazam, get them for a year working on curing cancer and nothing else. I bet you they fucking do it.
They'd do it in 15 minutes.
You know what I mean? It's like all these things that, like you said, we don't need. But they're fucking impressive. But get on something that might fucking help the world.
I just imagine them hovering an iPhone over a body and going, bowel cancer. That's it.
Yeah, but it's when it makes things harder that drives you nuts. So
the hand dryer is a perfect example.
Another one is our car has, when it senses a car coming towards you at night, it puts the high beams down, which is sort of cool, but it's not 100%. So it's almost harder policing it. If you could just relax, relax and go, this works 100% of the time, we'd be laughing. But when it doesn't work, you're basically high beaming someone,
and you get flashback.
Yeah. So you've got to police this thing.
Yeah.
It's harder to police.
I was going to say, then don't have it. Don't have it.
Something's got to work 100% of the time.
And has your car got the thing? I had a hire car that had this setting on, and because it was a hire car, I didn't know it. I couldn't turn it off. The thing where if you're close to the side of the road, it corrects you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so it's basically for if you're sort of nodding off, it helps you out.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's an issue anyway. If I'm nodding off and you're helping me out, I'm just going to keep fucking nodding off.
And
then unless you're going to also brake for me and, go around a roundabout and fucking Macca's drive-through and shit, don't fucking do anything. Wake me up.
Yeah. Unless you do it and I can blame it on you. Drove in here itself. Yeah. Well, there is a funny story in America where there was a motorhome company that bought out a new truck or something, and they called it, the motto was Bubble, the logo name of the company, and then it goes, it drives itself. And then a bloke got on a freeway. It was pretty much just flaunting cruise control, and he set it on and he goes bang, 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 put it on, went in the back to make like a cup of tea or something, and it crashed, flipped, rode it off. He survived, sued the company, and won.
Fuck.
Insane.
It's almost fair enough.
The only way that thing, look, and this isn't a positive at all. Like, I have no doubt people would have gone, well, I am wasted. I wasn't going to drive home, but now I've got the new car that's going to keep me on track. Let's give it a crack, because this thing will just direct me home.
Yeah, good.